First, let's open StudioTax 2024, and we can see there are three options: open an existing return, create a new return, and create a new 2024 return from the 2023 return. In our case, we'll just create a new return. And you can see there are questions. If you are filing prior year's return, no. So in this case, we just file 2024, so we click no, and then next. And we'll create a return for this case use. So we'll use a common name like Jane Smith. Okay, and social insurance number, we'll just use some not a real one. And years, so we choose 1990, January 1st, and Canadian resident. Then we click next to fill out some steps and address, street numbers. And so here we'll just use Vancouver and province. And when they ask about the province residence on December 31st, so we choose British Columbia. And if you have ever moved during 2024, so you can enter the date of your move. But here, it's not applicable in this case. So is your home address the same as your Yes. Marital status. So in this case, we'll just use single person. No. Okay. And if you are newcomers in Canada, so here's you need to enter your entry date. So this is more for the benefits calculation. And in this case, we'll just use a regularity for employees. So here we don't enter anything. Next. Okay, next. So language and foreign property. So this question is for another return T1135. So if you have more than 100,000 Canadian dollars cost of foreign property at any time in 2024, so you need to take yes. But also there's an exemption for the newcomers. So first year you don't need to report this one. Okay, so we just assume no. No. And here's ask about the first home savings account. So if you opened a first home savings account in 2024, in here you need to take yes, because whether you contributed or not, the CI still need to know if you opened it in 2024, so they can start to accumulate your contribution room. And so we'll select no. Property flipping, no. Okay, here, this one. Next. Election Canada. So do you have Canadian citizenship? Yes. Yes. Next. Okay, here's an autofill my return. So for those that fail, there's still a very convenient function that you can auto download from the CIA. But in this case, just for this case, we'll manual input. So we'll choose next. Next. Finish. Okay, here we are. So you can see this screen that so basically in here, let's go to know more about features of this software. You can see there are dependence information and RSP information here. And this is forms. If you need to use any of them, like if you have capital gain or loss, Schedule 3. And so we'll add a Schedule 3. And also if you have, let's say tuition fees, Schedule 11. Okay, add this one. Okay. Okay, first let's go to T4, the most common slips. That's from your employer. So it's about your income salary in 2024. And we'll use an example from government. So here's, let's just choose this one as an example. That's this guy need to pay both CPP and CPP2. For this case, we'll manual input. I know there's an auto download function, very useful, but still sometimes when you file a tax return, those slips are still not in your CI account. So there's still many cases you need to manual input your slips. So T4, additional information, employee's name. So let's use ABC. And this one is, let's just use BC as we are, in this case, we are the resident of BC. So next, it's we just follow those steps, which box, which number, then we put here. So box 14, 75,000 and 16, 38,675. So it's the maximum CPP contribution of employee, and there's second CPP 188. And then box 24, EI insurable earnings, and 80 EI in premiums. And then box 22, never forget about this box. It's income tax deducted already in your paycheck, so remember to put here. Otherwise, you will pay much more than you need to pay. And 26, it's okay. So in this, it slips just those numbers, but some slips are still some numbers here, like box 40 or those kind of things. Don't forget to also look this area and put here. Okay, so let's save. Okay, so here we can also see there's a summary, a very brief summary, just because we input that T4. And so currently we have a refund.